Do that. We're going to have a fight featuring young Shannon Briggs. And let's not underestimate the man we didn't get to talk about yet, Will Hinton. He is a very, very good 28-year-old heavyweight who could give Shannon Briggs his toughest test and should do just that. Well, we're set to go for that one. So let's send things up to the center of the ring and Michael Buffer.
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trimmed with blue and weighing in at 231 pounds. From the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, he brings a record of 14-4 with 1 draw, 6 of his 14 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Hinton. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black, trimmed with gold, weighing in at 222 pounds. He comes to us from Brooklyn, New York, but he trains at the Mark Roberts House of Pain in Newark, New Jersey, and brings a professional record of 22-0, 17 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Shannon Briggs.
All right, we're set to go. There is Will Hinton. And across the way, undefeated Shannon Briggs. This really shapes up as an interesting matchup. Shannon Briggs facing what I think should be his toughest opponent so far. We'll find out. Boy, this is odd. Hinton coming right after him in a big way when we thought he would use the jab to work his way in.
Well, he wants to get in there. He wants to take away the jab of Shannon Briggs, but he figures in this case he got right inside without having to work on this one particular time. Briggs with a higher knockout percentage, although lately he's been going the route.
Will Hinton, who must have studied the tapes of McNeely Tyson, came rushing after Shannon Briggs. And he's taking some punishment for it. Gets hit with a Briggs jab. Shannon Briggs is nailing him with counter right hands. Will Hinton is getting rocked, and he's hurt.
Yeah, he's paying the price just as you suggested he might. He's really getting tagged on the inside, and Briggs really going for it.
Not a good strategy for Will Hinton, who, by the by, has gone, among other things, 10 rounds with Mike the Bounty Hunter. He's faced very good opposition at this stage in his career, but boy, he is whacked early by Shannon Briggs.
I think that was a last-second change in strategy. One of those motivational, inspirational things a fighter thinks about just as the bell rings, and he paid dearly.
I agree. He planned to jab, box a little, try and work his way in. Instead, he rushed after Shannon Briggs, and he has paid the price. Shannon
those
Briggs
body shots are devastating.
Will Hinton is not going to go in this fight, folks.
He's not getting out of this round. There's your second knockdown now. One more would automatically end it if he can get up from this.
6, 7, 8.
Hinton planned to jab a lot. He's only thrown 3 jabs in this fight. He is rocked. Will it even go on? And as Dave said, one more knockdown, it'll go. And there is still 1 minute and 15 left in this fight.
Now he should have tried to hang on, and that's it.
This is a shocking development. And let me tell you why. Because Will Hinton has faced some pretty good people. He beat Derek Roddy over 4 rounds. He just came in with the win over Martin Foster. He went 10 rounds with Mike the Bounty Hunter. It took 4 rounds for Larry Donald to get him out, and that was early in his career. So for Shannon Briggs to do this to this guy is an impressive feat.
It really is. And Shannon Briggs, having gotten some decision victories in recent fights, and sometimes you hear the talk in the locker rooms, well, he's not a big puncher. Maybe you can go out and get him if the opportunity is there. And in this case, the sudden decision has really come back to haunt Will Hinton. You know he would do anything to have that moment back, but that's how boxing is. You don't get that second chance.
Teddy Atlas, the trainer of Shannon Briggs, got to be happy with his effort. Here's what he did coming out. I mean, he raced after Shannon Briggs.
He threw a couple jabs. He got inside, and then he decided to tee off. But Briggs was happy to have Hinton right in his face here. Turned around, landed some nice shots. Now here Hinton is trying to tie up. He's trying to really buy his way out of the mistake. But Briggs showing some nice movement, some good power. And this is something we haven't seen in other fights. People making Shannon Briggs turn it up a notch.
Well, if this looks vaguely reminiscent of another heavyweight fight we saw this past week, it is.
But this one was free.
Correct, sir. Shannon Briggs was forced to fight this way, and boy, he did. And I'll tell you what, I'm not making Will Hinton out to be Superman, but he's a good 28-year-old heavyweight who, as I said, has gone the distance with some good people. Here is the first knockdown again. where you see Shannon Briggs working well in the inside, Dave.
And turning nicely into his punches, creating room. And the shots downstairs are tremendous punches to ribs. Hinton not expecting that and had not seen Briggs putting fireworks like this together in other fights. Now, Briggs really deserving a lot of credit for recognizing the opportunity here. Chopping rights to the head, again there to the temple area. Hinton not able to do the job to hold on, and down he goes again. Barely getting up and able to talk himself into further developments, but this one ends quickly and shockingly.
Shannon Briggs with the win. Michael Buffer is in the center of the ring to tell us about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tony Perez steps in and calls a halt to this bout. The official time, 1 minute, 50 seconds of the very first round. The winner by TKO victory. His record now 23-0. 18 KOs, Shannon Briggs.
So Shannon Briggs gets his 23rd win as a professional, his 18th knockout, and I dare say it might have been his best performance, even as short as it was. Facing an onslaught by Will Hinton, Shannon Briggs got the job done. I know that he and Teddy Atlas will have some interesting things to say to Dave Bontempo. We'll have it when we come back. Briggs attacking against Will Hinton. Mixed up his attack well, and you'll see in this second knockdown how it all ended with a brutal left hook to the body. He did as much good body work as he did to the head. An excellent all-around performance for Shannon Briggs, and there he is in the ring with our man Dave Bontempo.
Thanks, Al. Shannon, before we ask you what took you so long, were you a little surprised that he came sort of rushing out at you?
Yeah, sort of. Well, we train for everything. I have the best trainer in boxing, the best manager in boxing. We train for everything. These guys work me hard. I love it. We come out here, we do our thing, we go home.
Basically that you've been jabbing guys. Now, when you saw him come at you, what was your reaction? What did you have to do?
Well, I knew he couldn't keep it up. You know, I know he was going to just try to, you know, impress his will on me, but I'm prepared for anything. Anything comes my way, Shannon Briggs is ready for it.
Did you also figure that him coming at you sort of takes him out of his game, and you really went downstairs to the body and just took everything out of him?
Well, I had seen one table Will Hinton. He went a lot of rounds with a lot of tough guys, so I knew he was an aggressive fighter and that he would be on pressure me the whole fight. But I was ready to step back like I did and throw uppercuts, him to the body, and it turned out great. I thank the Lord for letting me, you know, become out victorious.
Hey, you've been talking about moving up and going after some tougher names here. Is this the kind of punctuation mark you like to leave on this level of competition?
Definitely. Coming into the fight, my manager, Mark Roberts, knew that this would be another step, and we're prepared to take even huger steps in the future. We're ready for anything. Teddy Atlas trains me like an animal, and I go in there and I do what I have to do.
All right, Shannon, certainly one of your most impressive performances. Congratulations. Now back down to Al Bernstein.
All right, congratulations are in order for Shannon Briggs. There's his trainer, Teddy Atlas, who he gave kudos to. As we go to break, we